Hello everybody and welcome to another video edition on the weekly current affairs for the week from the 24th April to the 30th April 2017. As always, this video will be divided into 6 segments. First we start with the national news, then with the international news, followed by the news on banking, economy and finance, then by the news on science and technology, the other current affairs, and finally the sports news. First we start with the national news. In the first item of the national news, we have the news that the government makes metro rails more indigenous. The government has made it mandatory for metro rail companies to procure minimum 75% of the train cars and a minimum of 25% of the critical equipment from within the country. Such a norm has been made compulsory under the Make in India campaign announced by the Prime Minister. The new norms are effective immediately. Metro rail is fast becoming a very important hub of the local transport in many cities, and this move to make the metro rails more indigenous is a welcome one indeed. Moving on, the Tamil Nadu farmers who have been agitating against the government for various demands, they have been agitating in New Delhi for a period of nearly 41 days. Finally, they have called off their agitation on the 25th of April 2017. The Tamil Nadu farmers who were protesting against the Jantar Mantar in Delhi have called off their agitation from the 25th of April 2017 till the 25th of May 2017 after the assurance that the state chief minister had given them after meeting them. They were protesting for the last 41 days and were demanding immediate loan waiver amongst other demands. The veteran Telugu director K. Vishwanath has been awarded the Dada Saheb Phalke Award for Excellence in Cinema. Veteran filmmaker and actor Kasinudhi Vishwanath has been conferred the Dada Saheb Phalke Award for 2016. The award consists of a Swarna Kamal or golden lotus, a cash prize of 10 lakhs and a shawl. Vishwanath was born in February 1930 in Andhra Pradesh. As a director, he has made many films on varied subjects of art, music and dance. Mr. Vishwanath has also won the Padma Shri Award as well. No one can deserve this award better than Mr. K. Vishwanath, and it's an honor for him as well as for the entire film fraternity that he has been conferred the Dada Saheb Phalke Award. Moving on, India becomes the world's 5th largest military spender. According to the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, India has become the world's 5th largest military spender by spending at $55.9 billion in the year 2016. The US remains the world's largest military spender, followed by China, Russia and Saudi Arabia. The other prominent spenders in the top 15 include Japan, South Korea and Australia. Global military spending amounted to 2.2% of the world's global gross domestic product. Good or bad, India has been spending more on their defense of late, and this has come about at a stage when the Indo-Pakistan border tensions have been going up, and it is indeed no surprise that India has been going up the ladder in terms of the amount of money spent on defense. And India, with $55.9 billion, has become the 5th largest military spender in the world. The next news on the national news item is that India has become the world's 2nd largest LPG importer. India has become the world's 2nd largest LPG importer, a position that was earlier held by Japan. China continues as the world's importer of LPG. LPG imports in the country has increased 23% during the financial year 2016-17 to about 11 million tons. As per the present estimates of the Oil Ministry, the demand for fuel will touch 35 million tons by 2031-32 in India. Moving on, the international conference on Dhara Shikho to be held in India. The international conference on Dhara Shikho, Reclaiming the Spiritual Legacy of India, will be held on the 27th and 28th of April. The conference will be organized by the Indian Council of Cultural Relations. The conference will see the participation of eminent scholars from the United States, Iran, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan and India. The objective of the conference is to highlight Dara Shakib's contributions to bring about spiritual homogenization of Hinduism and Islam. In a very significant move, the government had decided to give cows an Aadhaar-like ID. The central government has informed the Supreme Court that it intends to provide unique identification number for the cows, as suggested by an expert committee to track cattle and prevent their trafficking. The unique ID will have the details like the cattle's age, breed, sex, height, body color, horn type, tail switch, lactation profile in case of milch cattle, and other special marks. In a boost to tourism along the western coast, India's first open seaway to connect Mumbai and Elephanta Island is on the cards. India's first and longest ropeway is planned to be constructed by the Mumbai Port Trust to link Mumbai with the famous Elephanta Island in the Arabian Sea. Elephanta Island has got global recognition for its famed Elephanta Caves, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 8-kilometer-long ropeway will start from Suri in Mumbai's east coast and end at Elephanta Island at Raigad district. The 40-minute ride by a 20-seater cable car is expected to boost tourism along the western parts of Maharashtra. The next news on the national news item is that the Uttar Pradesh government has cancelled 15 government holidays. The Uttar Pradesh state government, led by Yogi Adityanath, the new chief minister, has cancelled 15 public holidays marking the birth or death anniversaries of eminent personalities. Alternatively, on these days, the school and college students will be taught about the various public figures through various programs. Of the 42 public holidays observed by the state, 17 pertain to birth anniversaries. The state would soon publish the revised list of holidays. The CRPF, or the Central Reserve Police Force, has got a new chief. Mr. Rajiv Bhatnagar, the IPS officer, has been appointed as the Director General of the CRPF. The appointment has come 2 days after the 25 CRPF personnel were ambushed by the Naxals in Chhattisgarh's Sukma district. The CRPF was functioning without a head for the last 2 months after the retirement of Mr. K. Durga Prasad on February 28, 2017. Rajiv Rai Bhatnagar is a 1983 IPS officer belonging to the Uttar Pradesh cadre. First Lady of Reliance Industries, Neeta Ambani, has been made member of the IOC's important commissions. Neeta Ambani has been made member of 2 important commissions of the International Olympic Committee's governing body. She has been made a member of the prestigious Olympic Channel and Olympic Education Commission. Neeta Ambani already holds the distinction of being India's first Women International Olympic Committee member. She will serve the IOC till she turns 70, and that's quite a long way ahead. We must wish Ms. Neeta Ambani all the very best because she is bringing laurels to the country by being the first woman member from India on the International Olympic Commission. India will be holding the 18th World Road Meeting. The International Road Federation IRF has named India to be the host of the 18th Road Meeting, WRM 2017. WRM 2017 will be held on November 13, 2017. The theme of this year's World Road Meeting is Safe Roads and Smart Mobility, the engines of economic growth. It will also provide a platform for sharing cutting-edge research, best practices and experiences from around the globe. The World Road Meeting is a boost for people engaged in the various aspects of road building, and is expected to give a further boost and fillip to the industry. The Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, ever since he took charge, has been insisting on the Swachh Bharat mission. And along with the Swachh Bharat mission, he has also been insisting on the Swachh Iconic Places initiative. In the second round of places that have been chosen for the Swachh Iconic Places initiative, Somnath Temple and Charminar in Hyderabad feature in them. The government has announced the names of the 10 iconic places under the Phase 2 of the Swachh Iconic Places initiative. The Swachh Iconic Places is an initiative of the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation under the Swachh Bharat mission. The 10 new iconic places are Gangotri, Yamunotri, Mahakaleshwar Temple in Ujjain, Charminar in Hyderabad, Church and Convent of St. Francis Assisi in Goa, Sri Adi Shankara's birthplace in Kaladi in Kerala, Gomateshwar in Shravanabalagola, Bajinath Dham in Devgar, Gaya Teeth in Bihar, and Somnath Temple in Gujarat. Moving on in the national news item, Bhubaneswar has become the first Indian city to win the Pyari Le Infant Awards 2017. Bhubaneswar has become the first Indian city to win the Pyari Le Infant International Planning Excellence Award for 2017. This award is instituted by the American Planning Association, or the APA. Bhubaneswar has been chosen for its good and advanced town planning and engaging its residents in the planning process. The city will be honored at the awards luncheon at APA's National Planning Conference in New York on the 8th of May 2017. The Prime Minister's pet project, the Udan scheme, has been launched. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the Udan, or the Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagri scheme from Jabarhatti, an airport on the outskirts of Shimla. He flagged off the first Udan flight under the regional connectivity scheme on the Shimla-Delhi sector. Udan flights on the Kadapa Hyderabad and Nanded Hyderabad sectors were also flagged off. Around 45 underserved and unserved airports are set to be connected under the Udan scheme to make flying more affordable. Under this scheme, a fare of Rs 2,500 for a 1-hour flying will be charged, and this will be subsidized by charging the passengers on the other airports to the extent of 50 to 100 rupees per passenger. The 5 airlines have already come out with the assurances to fly under the Udan scheme, and among these 5 are the bigger ones like Air India's Alliance Air and SpiceJet. The Indian Oil Corporation is to build a new oil terminal at Motihari to ensure supply fuel to Nepal. The Indian Oil Corporation has planned to build a new oil terminal at Motihari in Bihar to supply fuel to Nepal via the planned pipeline up to Amelkhanj in Nepal. The decision to shift the terminal from Raxaul to Motihari has been taken keeping in mind the current safety guidelines. The old terminal functioning at Raxaul in Bihar will now be shut down. After a contentious debate and a lot of discussion, the Common Engineering Entrance Exam has been put on hold. The Ministry of Human Resources and Development has put on hold the plan for conducting a single common entrance test for admission to engineering courses throughout the country till a consensus is reached with the states. Also, the ministry wants to discuss the possibility of having common counseling provisions with the states. However, it's not fully clear whether the consultation with the states will delay the implementation of the plan in the year 2018. Kerala has become the country's first state to host the first ever transgender athletic meet. Kerala has conducted the country's first ever transgender athletic meet in Thiruvananthapuram. The event saw the participation of 132 participants belonging to 12 districts of Kerala. The event was jointly organized by the Kerala Sports Council and Sexual Gender Minority Federation of Kerala. In the competition, 6 events were conducted, namely a 100-meter sprint, 200 meters run and the 400 meters running, 100 into 4 relay race, high jump and shot put. This is indeed a very welcome move and a great relief for the transgenders across the country. We can only hope that the other states in the country follow this example of Kerala very soon. Post offices are to get broadband services very soon. To this effect, a tripartite memorandum of understanding has been signed for broadband services to post offices. A tripartite MOU has been signed between BBNL, the Department of Posts and BSNL to provide broadband connectivity of the BharatNet to post offices in rural areas. BSNL will provide the broadband facilities. The infrastructure expenditure and the operational expenses will be paid for by the Department of Posts. Kazakhstan has opened its honorary consulate in Chennai. Kazakhstan has opened its honorary consulate in Chennai, which will cover the states of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. It will be headed by the well-known businessman Suraj Shantakumar. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Kazakhstan. The next item of the national news item for this week between the 24th of April and the 30th of April 2017 is that India and Cyprus have signed 4 agreements, and both the countries signed an executive program on culture, education and scientific cooperation for the years 2017 to 2020. A work plan under a program of cooperation in agriculture for the period 2017-18, an agreement in the area of merchant shipping, boost air services and other facilities between the 2 countries. In a first of its kind, e-taxis are soon to make their debut on the roads of Nagpur. The country's first electrical taxi in the country will be launched in Nagpur from 24th of May 2017. The first project of its kind will be undertaken by the Nagpur Municipal Corporation. Mahindra & Mahindra is set to provide 200 taxis for the initiative by the Nagpur Municipal Corporation in Maharashtra. India's first smart and green highway to be ready by August 2017. India's first and green highway, the Eastern Peripheral Expressway, will be ready by the end of August 2017. The expressway, which is being built at a cost of 11,000 crore rupees, will decongest the national capital of traffic. Once completed, it will reduce the traffic congestion and will have the best automated traffic management system. At least 2.5 lakh trees will be put up on both sides of the roads with solar panels. Ganga Swachh Sankalp Divas to be celebrated on the 2nd of May 2017. May 2nd, 2017 will be observed as the Ganga Swachh Sankalp Divas by the National Mission on Clean Ganga NMCG at 12 locations. With the help of Ganga Vichar Manch, the local NGOs and volunteer support, the event is slated to be organized at more than 30 other locations as well. The objective of the event is to spread awareness and promote active involvement of the masses in Swachh Ganga. The event envisages developing a sense of pride and ownership amongst the masses and actively support the Namami Ganga program. Digi Yatra initiative is to make flying simpler. Digi Yatra initiative is looking forward to make boarding pass and security checks digital at airports using Aadhaar and mobile phones. A digital mode for airport entry and verification of passengers will be used. The move is aimed to ease security and boarding procedure. In a sum, the initiative aims to make the whole air travel experience completely digital. This is indeed an excellent news for book lovers. The first book village in the country is to come up in Maharashtra. From the 4th of May 2017, Bilar, a tiny hamlet in the Satara district of Maharashtra, is all set to become India's first book village. The concept of book village is inspired by Britain's Hay-on-Wye, which is a Welsh town located in the United Kingdom, famous for its bookstores and literature festivals. Under this initiative, tourists and locals can come and read books, magazines and newspapers stacked at 25 artistically decorated locations around the village. Some of the books that will be available for the readers are very rare and out of publication, including novels and reference books. India successfully has carried out the fresh user trial of Agni-3 ballistic missile. From a defense facility in the Abdul Kalam Island, which was earlier known as the Wheeler Island in Odisha, India successfully carried out a fresh user trial of the Agni-3 ballistic missile. The Strategic Forces Armed Command carried out the test with logistic support from the Defense Research Development Organization, or DRDO. The objective of the test was to re-establish the operational effectiveness of the weapon system. That's all we have for you in the national news segment. We now move on to the next segment of this weekly current affairs for the week between the 24th of April and the 30th of April 2017, and this segment is on international news. The first item on the international news is that a new freight train has connected Russia with China. A freight train connecting Russia with China arrived in Gansu, an inland city in Jiangxi province of China, carrying goods from Moscow. The freight train traveled more than 7,000 kilometers before reaching Gansu in eastern China. This freight train connecting Russia and China is expected to bring resources from Europe and boost local development as well. In a new space record, the US astronaut Peggy Whitson has broken the new space record. United States astronaut Peggy Whitson has broken the record for the most days in space. Dr. Whitson already holds the records for the most spacewalks carried out by a woman astronaut, and is the first woman to command the International Space Station. Now she has beaten the record previously set by Jeff Williams, who had a total of 534 days in space. And Dr. Whitson has now crossed the 535 days in space mark. India and Armenia have signed 3 agreements. India has signed 3 agreements with Armenia for enhancing cooperation in the field of culture, youth affairs and peaceful use of space. This was signed during the visit of the Vice President Hamid Ansari to Armenia. It has given a new vigor to the bilateral relations between the two countries of India and Armenia. In a sign of escalating tensions in the North Korea-South Korea border, a US submarine has arrived in South Korea. The US submarine has arrived in South Korea amid worries of another North Korean missile or nuclear test. The missile-armed USS Michigan is set to join an incoming group of warships led by the aircraft carrier Carl Vinson. Tensions have risen on the Korean peninsula in recent weeks as the US and North Korea exchange heated rhetoric. China has launched the first indigenously built aircraft carrier. China has launched its first indigenously built aircraft carrier following the 68th anniversary celebrations of the founding of the Chinese Navy. It is China's second aircraft carrier. The new aircraft carrier will be able to operate China's Shenyang J-15 jets and will be more dedicated to military and humanitarian operations. The design of the new aircraft carrier has been obtained from China's first aircraft carrier, the Liaoning, which was bought second-hand from Ukraine in 1998 and refitted in China. Belgium has opened the honorary consulate in Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Belgium has become the first country to open an honorary consulate office in the Gujarat International Finance High Tech City, Gandhinagar in Gujarat. Belgium has already 2 consulate generals in Mumbai and Chennai and an honorary consulate in Kolkata. Gujarat and Belgium have strong historic ties surrounding the diamond industry. The United States of America has deployed the THAAD missile defense system in South Korea. In yet another escalation of tension in the borders between South Korea and North Korea, the US military has started deploying the THAAD missile system in South Korea amid high tensions over neighboring North Korea's nuclear and missile ambitions. China has expressed a serious concern about the move. The THAAD system is designed to protect threats from Pyongyang. Keeping up his bold promises, the President of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump, has introduced the biggest tax reform. Donald Trump has introduced the biggest tax reform plan in the history of the United States. The income tax rates have been slashed from 39.6% to 35%. The new plan has also sharply slashed the business taxes. Steep discounts have been announced on corporate profits that are brought back into the United States. Corporate taxes have been brought down to 15% from 35%. Donald Trump admits that a major conflict with North Korea is possible, and this is not a very good news indeed in the international segment. President Donald Trump says a major conflict with North Korea is possible in the standoff over his nuclear and missile programs. Trump, however, said he would prefer a diplomatic outcome to the dispute. He said his administration is preparing a variety of new economic sanctions while not taking the military option off the table. North Korea has once again test-fired a ballistic missile. North Korea has test-fired a ballistic missile, defying global pressure and warnings from the United States and its main ally, China. The test was conducted by the North Korean country from the Pukchang region present in the north of the North Korean capital, Pyongyang. However, according to the US and South Korean officials, the test has failed and it is North Korea's 4th consecutive unsuccessful missile test since March 2017. The missile appears to have disintegrated minutes after takeoff. That's all we have for you on the international news segment. The next segment is on banking, economy and finance. In a move that is bound to hearten the billions of Indians, India has been adjudged to be the continuously growing fastest economy in the world. India continues to be the fastest growing major economy in the world, and its growth will further accelerate due to factors like the implementation of the Goods and Services Tax or the GST. Government feels the scrapping of the 500 and 1000 rupee notes will increase the tax compliance and reduce the threat of counterfeit currency, which acts as a source of terror funding. The government is fully on course to implement the GST from the 1st of July 2017. India tops global remittances in the year 2016. As per the Migration Development Brief released by the World Bank, India is the world's largest receiver of remittance for the year 2016. Remittances into India were $62.7 billion, the highest in the world. These remittances amount to 9% of India's gross domestic product. Kerala amounted to the largest recipient of the remittances, with its remittance being 36.3% of the state domestic product. That's no surprise considering the amount of Keralites living in the Gulf, and Gulf region has been the largest contributor to India's remittances from abroad. India Post Payment Bank to open branches. India Post Payment Bank branches will be opened in 650 districts across the country during the next 4 months. One branch in each district will be set up initially to provide doorstep banking, especially in the rural areas. The payment bank is expected to contribute significantly to encourage digital and inclusive services, besides enabling doorstep banking in rural areas. The government also has proposals to strengthen the postal services by setting up micro ATMs at each of the branch post offices. April 2017 saw the record high in the Sensex, Nifty and Rupee. The bulls were in full control of the domestic stock markets in the last week of April 2017. Both the Sensex and the Nifty hit record closing highs, while the Rupee again scaled a multi-month peak against the dollar. The Sensex surged 190 points to record a closing high of 30,133. This is the first time the Sensex has closed above the 30,000 mark. The Nifty jumped 45 points to settle at a fresh lifetime peak of 9,352. The Rupee rose to an end near fresh 21-month high of 64.11 against the dollar. Indian Bank's quarterly net profit more than triples. Chennai-based Indian Bank posted a standalone net profit of 319.7 crores for the quarter ended March 31, 2017. This is an increase of 241% over the 93.62 crores profit posted in the same period last year. The better performance is attributed to improvement in funds management and other income. Net interest income rose 22% to 1,385 crores, while the total income of the bank rose to 4,602 crores from 4,522 crores during the same period of the last year. The RBI governor has come out strongly in favor of merging PSU banks. The Reserve Bank of India Governor Urjit Patel has said that the Indian banking system could be better off if some public sector banks were consolidated. Calls for fewer but healthier entities, as it would help in dealing with the problem of stressed assets. Some banks can be merged as a quid pro quo for government technical injection. SEBI allows options trading in commodity and derivative. Capital Market Regulator Securities Exchange Board of India, or SEBI, has allowed options trading in commodity and derivatives. It also approved the issuance of unified license to brokers for trading in equities and commodities markets. SEBI has informed that investors will now be allowed to purchase mutual funds worth up to Rs 50,000 through digital wallets. SEBI has decided to bar resident as well as non-resident Indians from making investments through participatory notes. All these were announced by SEBI in a slew of measures undertaken, and these announcements came during the last week of April 2017. Rajasthan has joined Telangana and Bihar to pass the State Goods and Services Tax Bill. The State Assembly passed the Rajasthan State Goods and Services Tax Bill 2017. After a long discussion, the House adopted the bill by voice vote. This is the third state to have adopted the state GST bill after Telangana and Bihar. There are no plans to tax agricultural income, says the Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley. Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has categorically stated that the central government has no plan to impose any tax on agricultural income. The minister said, as per the constitutional allocation of powers, the central government has no jurisdiction to impose tax on agricultural income. This clarification came amidst several reports which have appeared in the media in recent days that there was a proposal to tax agricultural income also. In a major pat for the Indian economy and the Indian governance, the International Monetary Fund has lauded India's GST bill. The International Monetary Fund has said that the ambitious Goods and Services Tax Bill, which will be implemented from July, would help India raise medium-term growth to above 8%. The reforms are being done with an expectation that they will get the payoffs of higher growth in future. Government has made significant progress on important economic reforms that will support strong and sustainable growth going forward. These were informed to the world by a press conference by the chairman of IMF last week. The RBI is all set to issue new 5 rupee and 10 rupee coins. The RBI is set to issue a new series of Rs 5 and 10 rupee coins, and these coins will be legal tender as per the Coinage Act of 2011. The 10 rupee coins are being minted as part of the 125th anniversary of the National Archives of India, and the 5 rupee coins are being minted on the occasion of the 150th anniversary of the Allahabad High Court. India's forex reserves continue to increase. India's forex reserves have increased by $1.25 billion to reach $371.13 billion from $369.88 billion as on 21st of April 2017. The current reserves are just a little short of a lifetime high of US $371.99 billion reached in the week September 30th, 2016. The components of India's foreign exchange reserves include foreign currency assets, gold special drawing rights or SDRs, and the RBI's reserve position with the International Monetary Fund. In a major relief to the general public, the RBI has said that banks cannot refuse to accept faded or scribbled notes. RBI said such banks' notes have to be treated as soil notes and dealt with according to its clean note policy. The circular was issued after it received complaints that many branches were not accepting bank notes, specifically of the 500 and 2000 rupee denominations, with anything written on them or those either smudged with color or faded due to washing. That's all we have in the news on banking, economy and finance. We now move to the next segment, which is the news on science and technology. The first malaria vaccine to be tested in Kenya, Ghana and Malawi in 2018. The World Health Organization has announced that it is ready to test the first malaria vaccine in the real world setting in 2018. The aim of the testing will be able to ascertain whether the vaccine will work under the real world circumstances or not. Kenya, Ghana and Malawi have been chosen for taking part in the pilot project. The vaccine will be administered to children between the age of 5 and 17 months in the countries of Kenya, Ghana and Malawi. In a major breakthrough, scientists have created an artificial womb. Researchers have created a fluid-filled transparent container called the BioBag to simulate how fetuses float in amniotic fluid inside the uteruses of their mothers. Researchers have tested 5 lambs with a biological age corresponding to the 23-week human premature babies in the artificially created womb-like device. In early stages animal testing, all the lambs appear to be growing normally inside the system for 3 to 4 weeks. After 4 weeks, the lambs were seen opening their eyes, started growing wool, breathing and swimming. NASA's Cassini spacecraft successfully travels between Saturn and its rings. Recently, NASA's Cassini spacecraft completed its final close-by of Saturn's moon Titan. Now started its final set of 22 orbits before plunging into Saturn on the 15th of September 2017. Cassini is completing its 20-year-long journey. Cassini has dived successfully through the space between the Saturn and its rings, a region no spacecraft has ever been before. ISRO has been winning one laurel after the other, and this has come again as another laurel in the feathers of ISRO. ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, has launched a solar calculator app that can calculate the benefits of installing solar panels in different regions of the country. The app has been created by the Space Application Center SSC facility of ISRO. The app comes in handy for installation of photovoltaic PV tapping of solar energy. We now move on to the next segment on the weekly current affairs, and that is the news on other current affairs. The Hindi film Newton has won the jury prize for the best film at the Hong Kong International Film Festival. Earlier, the film had its world premiere at Berlin and got its first global recognition by winning the Art Cinema Award for the Forum section at Berlin. Newton is a political comedy film directed by Amrut Masurkar. The story revolves around a clerk on election duty in a conflict-ridden area of Chhattisgarh. April 24th was celebrated as the National Panchayati Divas. In India, April 24th is celebrated as the National Panchayati Divas every year. This day marks the passing of the Constitutional 73rd Amendment Act of 1992 that came into force with effect from the 24th of April 1993. The passage of the 73rd Amendment is hailed as a defining moment in history as it permits states to take steps to organize village panchayats and provide them with the necessary powers and authority necessary to facilitate them to function as units of self-government. Shrishti Kaur has won the Miss Teen Universe pageant. Shrishti Kaur of India has been crowned the Miss Teen Universe 2017 at Managua, the capital of Nicaragua. She won after beating 25 contestants from all over the world. She also bagged the award for the best national costume. Her costume featured a peacock, the Indian national bird. The famous Bengali poet and writer Professor Shankar Ghosh has been honored with the 52nd Jnanpith Award by the President of India. He was awarded for his outstanding contribution in the field of literature. The literary works of Professor Shankar Ghosh have been reflecting a rare poetic style encompassing not only a lyrical style but also deep reflection of the social milieu. Kudos to Professor Shankar Ghosh. In the first instance of its kind in the country, Udaipur boy has scored 360 out of 360 marks in the joint entrance examination to the IITs. Kalpit Veeraval has created history by topping the JEE main with a perfect 100% score. This is for the first time that a student is scoring the perfect 100% in the JEE. In a sad development, the Bollywood superstar Vinod Khanna, the veteran Hindi actor and BJP politician, the MP from Gurdaspur, died in Mumbai on the 27th of April 2017. He was suffering from bladder cancer and was 71 years old. He was an eminent actor and politician who rose to superstar status in the early 80s and 90s. May his soul rest in peace. We come finally to the last segment of this weekly current affairs for the week between 24th of April and the 30th of April 2017, and that is on sports news. Rafael Nadal has won his 10th Monte Carlo Open Tennis Championship. Spaniard Rafael Nadal won the Monte Carlo Masters title for the 10th time. Four-seeded Nadal defeated his compatriot Albert Vinolas in straight sets 6-1, 6-3. He thus becomes the first man to win a Masters tournament for the 10th time, a feat not surpassed by anybody. Nadal has also won 9 titles at the clay court French Open Tennis Championships. Age is a mere number, and that too for many people who are proving that age is a mere number. In a rare feat, a 101-year-old woman wins the sprinting gold medal at the World Masters Games. 101-year-old Man Kaur has won the World 100-meter sprint gold medal at the World Masters Game held in Auckland on the 24th of 2017. Including this, she has won 17 gold medals so far. The surprising feat is that Man Kaur took up athletics just 8 years ago at the age of 93. She completed the 100-meter sprint in 74 seconds. Kudos to Ms. Man Kaur, and may her tribes increase. In the Asian Grand Prix, Manpreet Kaur has won the shot put gold. Shot putter Manpreet Kaur has broken her own 2015 national record at the Asian Grand Prix in Jinhua, China. Her performance in the event has helped her to earn a gold medal and qualify for the World Championships to be held in London in August 2017. Her outstanding performance in the first leg of the Asian Grand Prix has helped her to reach the #1 spot in the world rankings. Overall, India managed to bag 7 medals, including 1 gold, 4 silver and 3 bronze medals at the event. That's all we have for you in this edition of the weekly current affairs for the week beginning 24th of April 2017 and ended 30th of April 2017. I do hope you enjoyed watching this program. Until I see you in a different video, it's bye from me for now. Thanks for watching.